Here are the 3 beautiful steps to make someone fall in love with you using the law of attraction. I'm so excited to carry you throughout this video. Nowadays, I can't wait to introduce you to these 3 smooth steps that you could use proper now to get start immediately outcomes. Sure, these 3 smooth steps that anyone can do. And they allow you to attract someone to fall in love with you. Rapid, no ready, how you have likely heard this term. Love at the first sight, and this will be the way that you fell in love with this man or woman that you want to love you in return. And sure, there's a way to attract them. To do so, you can want to have a dating, perhaps you need a dedication, or even to get married to this character. There is a manner to do it, and I'm going to expose you to these 3 things, guidelines that you can do right now to help you appeal to this man or woman to fall head over heels in love with you. Head over heels want nothing extra than to be with you. Now I want to mention that these steps are primarily based inside concepts of the regulation of attraction. The law of attraction states that the entirely around you, all your relationships, all elements of your world, all components of your lifestyles are fashioned through your mind feelings. And entirely that is going on internal of yourself. Accordingly, if you really want this individual to fall in love with you, fall in love now. It's miles all inside you manage sincerely regulate your thoughts, emotions and feelings to line up with that end result, and it has to come back eventually. It's that simple. Now I want to mention that this even works on rejections, it even works on breakups, it even works if you are the only one that broke up with the alternative person. It works in all varieties of situations. I'm going to train you how to start turning into a magnet for romance, and the way to start attracting the whole thing which you have been dreaming of. This advice works on any state of affairs, something you could think of. So do not assume for 1 second that your circumstances are too tough or too difficult. It does not be counted if that is a friend which you are in love with that stated that you can never be romantic together. It doesn't count that if it is a way down from excessive faculty that you two haven't talked in 20 years. It doesn't matter, all the topics is that you picture the quiet end result and live devoted to it. These guidelines are going to expose you precisely the way to do just your new thoughts, feelings and emotion are going to attract a brand new result due to the fact you may be new world around you has to respond to this. It has to respond to the brand new you currently. I evolved all of these strategies from private travel, and as I used to be a person who could word in phrases of love. I would fall in love with a person handiest to have them reject me or not see me in the identical way that I saw them. To not want the same things, I used to be always upset and alone until I sooner or later observed the regulation of attraction, and it modified my lifestyle all the time. And now I really like to tell anybody and all of us about all these extremely good matters that I have found out and approximately that works, so you may alternate your lifestyles too. And if you are new to my channel, I'm Mr. LOA and I'm so glad that you're here. As I like to release brand new content thrice every single week, while you in no way want to miss a brand new video or new replays, subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon next to it. Okay, now let's get those 3 important steps which are going to exchange your life forever. You're now going to attract the specific individual to fall in love with you head over heels in love. And okay, let's go to the step number 1. Be yourself and love who you sure. In case you definitely want a person to fall in love with you, then you need to be actual who you are. You have to be true to the whole lot, approximately yourself flaws blanketed. You cannot try to trade your personality. You cannot try to be a person which you're not to do. You recognize what the most attractive first class is. It is not truly about the way you appear in. It is virtually a level of self-assurance and the degree of authenticity. If you're confident in who you are, your precise character regardless of who they are may be drawn to this now. It is important to note that this works energetically. This does not imply which you physically need to be of their face or of their area, showing them just how tons of self-assurance you have got. It's virtually the other. You need to be confident, in love with yourself, in love with who you are, unbiased of them, and they may feel the difference even supposing it is the scenario in which this person hasn't spoken to you in years. They may sense the distinction and they will be attracted to this fantastic new energy within you. You want to be secure to your own very skin and start getting to know the way you do that. Now I realize the step appears to be just be approximately you and now not about them, but they may begin responding to in specific ways. Like I stated, they don't should physically see you once. You start to encompass some of these characteristics or start to head within the course of possessing these characteristics. This may permit them to fall in love with the real you and from an honest stage, whilst you try and be something that you're not, or you strive difficult to get someone's attention, or you strive through to be in this, or that you live in a kingdom of lack. Alternatively, you need to live in a kingdom of abundance. Again, the quit result wherein you won't having this character be madly in love with you and want nothing greater than to be around. However, you, in case you're not being yourself, trying to love yourself, being assured of your own very skin, then it is like you're placing up a barrier they actually cannot fall in love with you due to the fact you're no longer loving yourself on a honest degree. You're not proudly owning who you are. You need to try this so as to lay the groundwork so this person can certainly fall in love with you. Love at the first sight, head over heels, marvel why they by no means saw it sooner, but this individual can and will fall in love with you after you in reality fall in love with yourself and are genuine to who you are, flaws and all. Now it's vital to note that you don't need to fear watching for outcomes until you are perfectly assured. I'm now not watching for you to be ideal, and neither is the arena around you. You simplest want to start leaning in a path that you presently aren't in. This could be positioned you down a new road. Outcomes will start to locate you, speedy your dedication towards heading down. This course will make all the difference inside the internal the second you're making the decision to begin embracing your self-flaws and all in loving yourself more for who you are. You pick out this new direction and lifestyles to change around you. It has to. This newfound energy will begin to entice them instead of push them away. You're going to begin loving yourself more and more every single day. Be excellent to yourself. Pick out this, make this a rare desire. This permits you to energetically validate who you are, and it is going to permit you to be a love magnet, especially to the character, that specific person, the individual you want to fall in love with. You okay? So allows get a step range 2. You're going to start posing the thought that this individual may want to honestly fall in love with you. You're going to start looking what you suppose, what you say to other humans, your critics, approximately the situation you are going to begin being very mindful of what your cognizance on. For instance, in case you were rejected, do you relieve that moment greater of your thoughts than the moments of what it would be want to have this character to be in love with you? Do you sense obligated to relieve that rejection in your thoughts in place of developing clean and growing new? Do you communicate for your pals approximately the rejection? Do you wallow in sadness? Do you bitch about it? Do you attempt to research the percentages of factors getting better? Do you spend time fearing this man or woman could be shifting on this someone else? Now these are all examples of things which you shouldn't be focusing on. Now all of those bad things are top examples of factors you shouldn't be specializing in case you have been rejected. Now those pointers work even in situations where you weren't in reality rejected. However, you virtually simply have a crush on a person, but I realize a variety of you have been rejected, and dealing with rejection is something that I used to experience all the time as soon as I started dwelling extra in my thoughts of beautifulness of what I would be. Want to have someone be in love with me. It is how I became around the rejection. So it's time to start definitely looking at your dominant thoughts and cognizance about this individual, about life in fashionable. It's time to prevent declaring that matters will in no way work out and that you will always be heartbroken again. You're not obligated to questioning this stuff just because it truly is all that life has delivered you to this point. You need to begin posing possibilities, new possibilities of factors in reality need matters which you want to occur, things that would appear things that you dream of going on, and start seeing them as real possibilities that might come to be. So how frequently do you feel that it is able to be viable that this character should definitely fall in love with you? Presently, once more, you could mentally need this, but how often do you live it out to your thoughts? whole feelings and dream and feelings of pride and love. Lifestyles will constantly mirror what you agree with yourself to be, so that you have this amazing electricity over your effects. Without a doubt, trust yourself to be something new, and instincts and extinctions will must change a situation where this character will ought to exchange. It's time to begin completely committing yourself to being the very aspect you are looking for, the very thing you want so badly, having this individual fall in love with you. It is time to become someone who is particular, individual, and sincerely fall in love with. In case you possess this right, now you might never bet your friends. You will by no means analyze the beyond. You will by no means sense bad approximately yourself. You'll never communicate approximately your love life in a bad way, or bitch about how this individual is still ignoring you. Instead, you will feel free, like you may want to fly. It would sense so awesome it have this individual to be in love with you. It would sense like the lightest feeling inside the internal, so start enjoyable letting love and becoming a magnet for having this man or woman fall madly in love with you. Permit if you find permit come to you, believe it could at least pose the possibility which are open to receiving it, at which you believe it ought to occur. That is enough to create effective exchange. This is sufficient to head within the proper course and to construct momentum. I recognize this is less difficult said than executed, but a touch push in a brand new direction will convey volumes of new results. So what on earth do you need to lose? Once first I tried this, I had nothing to lose and everything to benefit, so why no longer deliver it? You all choose love. This could virtually let you start having the man or woman fall in love with you, want to be with you, prioritize you, choose you due to the fact when you become the end result. The result has to locate you. It is that simple. It's the way to make a person fall in love with you. Okay, ultimate step quantity 3. You're going to start portray a photo of what it looks like to have this character to be in love with you, and you're going to get in music with the sense. Each unmarried time they come to thoughts, so what would having this person be in love with you look like? It's one issue to need it, however, what are the information of it, what are the specifics of it? Perhaps you need clever certainty. Allow yourself to marvel this, to ponder this. Quite a few you are limiting yourself from daydreaming upon this for fear of being disappointed or worry of being permitted down. However, how on the earth is a brand new end result going to enter your lifestyles in case you don't allow yourself to dream it up, in case you do not permit yourself to start painting a photograph of what is especially looks as if you so? Why not start toying around with this idea and beginning yourself as much as new possibilities to new results, because I'm sure you need outcomes badly. That's why you're looking this video. We need to first query that we have the ability to be something earlier, then it can simply change. So if you need this individual to fall in love with you, you have to determine on alternate from within first. You cannot assume it to be completed so far for you, so start bold to signify that you without a doubt might be the technique. It really is a special in someone else's eyes. Stop seeing them as a unique one. Start seeing yourself as the prize, as a person worth prevailing. Stop seeing other character as your everything or answer to all of your prayers or happiness. What if you could be this to them? What if you may be that amazing, special, that beautiful? What if you could be loved unconditionally? What might they look like? How could they deal with you? Begin genuinely analyzing these items and looking at them and making plans for what you need inside the destiny. Make it approximately you owning the stuff, now not trying to convince them to give it to you, but alternatively you possessing these forms of reviews from the person that is madly in love with you. So how could they deal with you? How could this appearance of this someone become in love with you? What could they say? What would your days now appear to be? I'm not simply talking approximately your time spent with them, but that would be the relaxation of your day appear to be. How could you change, try, encompass some of that? Now, so whenever this person comes to mind, attempt to call one particular way that they should show their like to you, that you couldn't realize that this individual was in love with you. Afterwards, simply leave it. Don't continue Onwards with the war of how this is going to show up, whilst this is going to occur, and why hasn't this came about yet. No, simply go away. Either the easy and love image of you and this character together possessing the whole lot. You can likely want to have them be in love with you, having them especially show you it, and then just leave, or else change up your snapshots on occasion. Do you not have to use the identical image each time in reality? And advice to be innovative and think out of the box. Consider the highest and pleasant and just go along with your instincts and depart it. Be this precisely the way you make someone fall in love with you, and wrap it now. I wish you loved this video. Please supply it a massive thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe too. I love liberating new content all of the time, and you by no means need to overlook a brand new video or brand replays. Do leave a remark beneath as well. As I like to reply your questions, I like to provide aid. Also, if this video should give you the results you want, please leave your tail underneath in order that you can encourage a person else to attain their goal. I love you all, and feature and super rest of your day, and also all your goals come genuine you.